Hi guys, unfortunately it's a little bit dark and dim, so hopefully the light will be okay for today. I've got a review of the, I believe it's pronounced Churi, which means knife in Nepalese. It's spelled Churi. As you can see, it's a very gorgeous looking little package there. The sheath is your fairly standard Khukuri style sheath. It's two pieces of wood overlaid with buffalo. Got very nice brass tip there. It's nicely rubbed down, very nicely polished. No sharp edges, which I've seen on some Khukuris before. The fit and finish of the sheath seems pretty good, except for one area where I was a little bit disappointed. Normally they have a pop stud on here, but for some reason, although you can see it was intended for being fitted with that, they've replaced that with Velcro on this. Don't quite know why. I believe normally when you get these from the Khukuri House you get the little pop stud there. The actual fit of the knife in the sheath is fantastic. It fits very, very well. As you can see, there's no movement. Really in there solidly. It's got a lovely fit. It only fits through, so it only attaches with the belt loop. It's riveted on the back, stitched up. There, the buffalo hide. I use buffalo hide rather than cow, as cowhide is considered. Well, cows are worshipped, so they're not going to be cutting up cows. That's why it's always buffalo hide. As you can see, it's a very attractive looking combination, the knife handle and sheath. The handle itself is Indian rosewood. It's a nice hardwood. Apparently the Indian government only allows a certain quantity to be shipped out of the country every year. There we go. I've used this a fair bit in the week or so that I've had it. I've been trying it out. I changed the blade geometry slightly to start with. I wasn't really sure how I wanted this because it isn't a Khukuri. I thought I'd try it with a standard kind of blade geometry, but I changed back, and now it's got the kind of Scandinavian kind of grind to it. It cuts very well, and I think it's very reminiscent of Rat Cutlery's RC5. It's a 5-inch blade, a 5-inch handle, 10 inches overall, and you've got a 6mm thick blade at the thickest part. As you can see, that would make a very, very good batoning, sort of short batoning knife. It's very, very solid. It's a lovely looking knife. The drop point, like I said, very similar to me to the RC5. It has that sort of look and feel about it, but considerably cheaper. This was around about $35 to $40, around that sort of price. You can get as well, for I think it's about $5–10 more, you can get a horn handle rather than the rosewood. But I quite like this, and it was on discount. That's why I ended up with this one, because I was just looking around on the site and just got tempted by these being on discount, a few dollars cheaper than normal. Works lovely. I say I've used it a fair bit. You can see from the blade there, it's had a little bit of sharpening done to it, and it's had a fair bit of work. It's high carbon steel. Fantastic blade. Really like their blade material. It's very easy to sharpen, and it keeps an edge reasonably well. I was chopping at some hardwood, and it cut through it very nicely. For me, this is going to be very much a working knife. This is going to be something that, if I need a knife, I'm going to grab hold of this. I'm not going to be precious about it. If it gets scratched, dented, whatever, it doesn't really matter, because that's what it's there for. It's there to be used and abused. These knives are so solid and so rugged, you know that they're going to last you. I would expect this to outlast me. This should be a really good workhorse. if you're after a knife, a fixed blade knife of a similar ilk to the RC5, I'd consider trying something like this, having a go, seeing what you think. Certainly for the money, I think it'd be hard to beat. Love the knives from the Khukuri House. Very, very nice knives. I like their blade steel, and as I've said before, I like supporting a smallish business like that, a business made up of real craftsmen. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that little review, and I hope I can tempt you to go and have a look and perhaps pick up one of these yourself. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. Thanks guys.